doing? Yeah, this is the dollar, the dollar analysis that I promised you guys on the GBP USD video that I just dropped. I'm hoping to drop this on the same, the same day, so that we get the feel of what we might be encountering in the markets this week. So I'm gonna be doing the dollar very quick. I'm gonna try and keep this as short as possible because I want to analyze the dollar and the gold. So, and you guys know how long I take breaking down one a pair or one instrument. So I'm gonna get straight into it. As you know, guys, whenever I analyze the dollar, I always outline this pattern because I know everyone is familiar with this pattern. So depending on whether price follows this pattern or what. If it does, we know that the dollar is going to be dropping soon. Well, it's already dropping, but like if it's already dropping within the pattern, imagine how it's going to drop outside of the pattern. Imagine how it's going to drop after it breaks this pattern. That's if it follows this pattern, right? So yeah, hence the panic with the dollar situation, and um the world is panicking with the dollar, especially because there's a currency somewhere brewing. They're cooking up a currency that's gonna be canceling out the dollar, and apparently the currency is gonna be backed by real minerals, like because it's a BRICS, it's a BRICS initiative, or it's a BRICS uh it's a BRICS currency, and BRICS has South Africa in it, and South Africa is really, one country that has minerals and stuff like that. So that might be a threat to the dollar. So yeah, the panic is coming from a lot of things, man. It's coming from the technical side of the price. It's coming from, the fundamental side, the news and everything like that, which I'm not really interested in. I know I'm a trader, I should be in tune, but then I'm only in tune with like stuff that concern me, directly, you know. So I'm a technical trader. It's not like I don't pay attention to, I don't pay attention to fundamentals at all, but let's be honest. As long as there's liquidity in the market, as long as the markets are moving every day, that's all that matters to a technical trader. So yeah, I mean, this is not gonna be our guide for the entire, analysis, or the entire week. This is just like, just like pointing it out. This is what we're looking at on our weekly chart, as far as the dollar is concerned. And we are also, aware that the uptrend has been reversed. The uptrend has been reversed. Price reached its highest high right here, and seem to have reversed from that area, or that zone. This 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 trend was reversed as soon as this level was broken, and I think we all know that by now. If you're not aware of the higher high, higher low methodology, check out my previous videos. So the higher low was broken and retested, and now we are confident that we are in a downtrend. But this is clear even on the weekly time frame. The wave that happened before the most recent wave of the uptrend is holding, right? Look at that. Look at that. And I don't know if this is something that we should really be cautious of, or something we should be writing in our notes, because I'm pretty sure this is not the first time, or this is not the only instrument that has printed out this type of um price action. So that's something that we should look out for, guys, as technical traders. That the developments and the changes in the markets are really what you should be looking out for, guys. Don't be complacent. If the most recent wave is broken and retested and everything, that doesn't necessarily mean that we are in a downtrend like that, and it's gonna be moving to the downside from there, like previously. Previously you'd know that, okay, this really means that you are going to the downside. But look at what happens here, right? The higher low of the wave just before the most recent one of the now invalidated trend, which is the bullish trend in this point, in this case. This higher low is holding. Price bounced off here. Look at this. Price bounced off. Price broke. There was a little bit of manipulation, obviously, here. Some liquidity grab, because obviously as soon as this level is broken, sellers are coming in. So sellers came in, but the buyers, there was a little bit of manipulation, and then the buyers came in and took out the sellers. Meaning that this level is still holding, right? And this might be a retest on the same level before price actually goes to the upside, right? So now you might question, what's the basis for the point that I'm making? Why would price go to the upside if we have just seen the uptrend being, the uptrend being invalidated here, right here? This is where the uptrend was invalidated as soon as this level was broken and retested, right? So what's the basis of my argument of saying a price might be retesting this level and going to the upside? I mean, why not? Right? Price is failing to make lower lows, isn't it? Isn't it that price is failing to break this level and continue going to the downside, right? So what's really stopping price? Like let's take a moment a bit and think about this, right? Because these are the signals that we see right now in real time, right? I understand the method of the high and higher low. The higher low is broken and prices should be going down. And this potential bullish move could be a manipulation as well. But then right now the signals that we're getting from the market is that this area is holding. Price cannot make lows, cannot print new lows, right? So we need to be cognizant of that potential, or that possibility that price might actually will be going to the upside. Let's go down to the 1 day so that we see what's going on. Let me remove all this, man. But do you guys understand me? Like, sometimes you just have to, react to what the market is doing. Don't approach the market with what you know and the principles and thinking that the market should, follow everything that you see, or follow everything that you've learned, So right now, it's fair for us to say price might be consolidating. Right? It's fair for us to say price might be consolidating right now. And I'll show you the range it's consolidating between. Here's where price is consolidating, yeah. 2 touches on the support, and how many touches on the resistance? Let's just say 2. Because this is the most significant part, because after this touch, price went to the downside to go test the support of the range. So we can say right now price is respecting the range. Let's bring this here so that it's clear for you guys to see. This is the range we're talking about right here. All right. The support of which is the higher low of the invalidated bullish trend at hand. This bullish trend that was just validated. So the resistance of the range we have is the higher low, the previous higher low of the uptrend that we invalidated. And now we're trying to see who's really in power between the buyers and the sellers. right? We're really trying to see who's in power between the buyers and the sellers. And if you're being honest, let me remove this trend line because I think it's right now I'm just reaching, you know. But look at that, right? The price didn't even get to the resistance this time. Can you see that? Can you see how price is not as powerful as the first rally to the resistance side, right? This is what we have, guys. Now, this is where you take your moment to now to think and gather everything that you've learned and like, you know, also interpret the market and the chart for what it really is telling you right now, you know? What's really happening right now? All right, we're in a range. The dollar is in between the support and the resistance. It's in between the higher low. Well, price is in between two higher lows, right? And the one that was supposed to hold is broken. And right now we can clearly see that, okay, the buyers are not as strong, you know, as the first time price got to this higher low, this level right here. Price was strong enough to at least go to the resistance of the range, but then this time it didn't even reach the resistance, meaning the sellers are more powerful, or they're more strong, or they're more in control, isn't it? So let's go down to the 4 hour and see what we can make out of this price action right here. Hopefully you guys are following. Hopefully I'm not losing you guys, because I need you guys. Once we figure this out, you're gonna be good for the entire week, you know. Once we figure this price action out right here, you're gonna be good for the entire week. I'm not gonna lie to you. This looks clean. This looks clean, right? So as you can see, the sellers came into the market before price even got to the resistance, right? And then obviously this, because now we went to a smaller time for us, not a small, we went to the 4 hour. We can now treat this trend as an inside trend or an inner trend that took place, right? So that we can actually get the feel of the market and the sentiment in the market right now. The higher low was here. It was obviously broken. This was the higher high. Let me just print out this wave. You know, this is the holding wave. Well, I might be wrong, but then the highs were barely broken. If we're gonna make this our most recent wave of the uptrend, man, our high was barely broken. It was reversed as soon as it was broken. Can you see that? But the 1 hour might be saying something else. But for now, on the 4 hour, I'll take this wave as the most recent wave that was supposed to hold the uptrend, or the bullish trend, but it was broken, right? Clearly broken. So now we're trying to figure out where price might be going before it actually, you know, not reverse, continue to the downside. And we do that by checking out our left-hand side of the market, you know, try to see any type of area of significance to our left-hand side. I'll start with this one. This was a resistance for a while, you know. First touch, second touch, double top. Price went to the downside, came back to touch for the third time, went to the downside, broke, retested, you know. So this is a significant, and it's just, I'm gonna put a line because it seems like it's a specific price range, you know. It's a specific price that that the market is respecting here. So support turned into a resistance turned into a support, very specific. The touch was very meticulous, and then price started moving to the upside, right? So that's what we have on our left hand side. We also have the high, you know, the high that was also very instrumental on our left hand side. If you go further, right, it was a lower high, you know. It was a lower high of this trend now. of this trend. I'm just gonna just to show you something. I know the chart is gonna be a little bit messy, but we had a downtrend here, and this was the lower high. I'm trying to like outline why some of these areas that I'm printing out on the chart are very important. This was the lower high because clearly the lower low was broken, a new high was made. So this wave is valid, right? The wave is valid. So we can see that this line right here is where is where the downtrend was invalidated. You know, it's where like the bullish trend really emerged as soon as this level was broken right here. You understand? So right now, because the bullish we had a bullish run, right? We had a bullish run, and the highest high was made as far as this bullish trend is concerned. This is the highest high. I know this is gonna take time, and I still have to analyze gold. Man, you're just gonna stick with me because I cannot leave out information, guys. I'm sorry. If there's information that I feel like I should be, telling you guys, or things that I should be outlining, I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna check out the time. If you stick until this part of the video, you're gonna get the value. You're gonna, you're gonna get where I'm coming from with the analysis, So yeah, the significance of this line is the fact that it was a lower high at some point of a downtrend, and it was broken. Obviously, broken to the upside. An uptrend emerged. After the uptrend emerged, let me see. Okay, the uptrend emerged, and it was also invalidated as soon as this higher low was broken here. So I don't know if price is gonna try and come and retest this higher low, because there was no clear retest. Understand, there was no clear retest of the recent higher low of the bullish trend to validate the downtrend, but the downtrend has been holding and it has been solid. It has a couple of waves on it. It has its waves, even though they're not as proportional as we would like them to be. Proportional in the sense that the sizes of the waves are not equal and they're not consistent. So we need a solid wave, honestly. And I think that's what we might be getting. Price might be getting to this point to come try and create a wave. Or it might be all the way here, all the way to this point, So we might be bullish. The dollar might be bullish for the week just to retest this level, right? And then drop as soon as it's done retesting the level, meaning that you know what that means, right? Let's go on the 1 hour. Let's go on the 1 hour. You know what it means for the dollar pairs, man. We know what it means for the dollar pairs. I mean, I just analyzed GBP USD, and I said I was expecting the bulls. I was expecting I'm not expecting bulls. I'm just according to the price action right now, the bulls are really in control, right? And we even have a trend line. If you forgot, or if you haven't checked out the GBP USD video, please go check it out, and please go try and make sense out of it, taking the dollar into account this time. That's what I'm doing it for, so that we can make sense out of everything. So we have two potential areas where price could be reversing, or where price could be retesting. We could be having this area, which is the higher low, right? The higher low of the uptrend, or this area where it's like a convergence zone. That's where now the different trading concepts or different technical concepts meet. The trend line and this psychological level, which happens to be the lower high or the resistance that was also broken. So price might be actually coming for this area because it's an area of interest. if you're gonna be honest, right? It's really an area of interest. This is what I see. First touch, second touch, third touch, barely even. But it would make sense for price to come, and respect the holding trend. And it's holding because price has been respecting this trend line for the longest, right? Not the longest, but you know what I mean, right? So price might be pushing up, and it will be printing obviously a young bullish trend, the secondary trend. Obviously that's the pullback trend. The pullback trend in this case, because the price is bearish overall. So the secondary trend, or the a pullback trend, is going to be bullish, so just keep your eyes open on the dollar. That's what we might be experiencing this week. Price going to retest an area at an upper, or at an higher level, which is this level right here, before it actually goes to the downside. And the trend line will help as a guide, because when price gets to that level, ain't no telling what price is gonna do. Price might even break the level, right? We might even break the line to the upside, But then as soon as this line here, let me make it solid red. As soon as this line is now broken, we know that price is definitely going to the downside, right? That's the final, that's the final confirmation we're gonna have of the bears right here, the bearish trend. If this line is broken to the downside, we know that the dollar is bearish, and is continuing with this movement to the downside, to go for the support of the range, So yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. I feel like I've been talking too much. We've been analyzing the dollar for quite a minute right now. But it's important for us to understand the sentiment on the dollar, so that we can, successfully trade all the dollar related pairs. So okay, that's what we have on the dollar. Let's go down to the gold. Let's go down to the gold. Man, how do I do this? Bro, how do I do this, bro? I'm sorry, guys. I'm slow. I'm slow today. Uh, man, I don't know. Let me see. Bruh. My God, bruh. I don't know why I'm so slow. Okay, let's get to the gold real quick. Let's go. And this might be a long video. And if you got to this point, bro, consider yourself very, very not lucky, but you know, you got something. You got something, bro. Because we done figured out what the dollar is actually trying to do. So yeah. Uh on the gold, I'm gonna be quick. I'm gonna be quick on gold. Just outline the highest possible, not highest possible, but the resistance for gold. This is where price reverses whenever. Can even take this zone for instances, but like I'll preferably put it on the highest high, because look at this. This is the highest high, right? This is the highest high, and then this high fails to break or even touch this one, and then this one barely even got to the same level as the previous one. So what does that say? What does that tell you about the buyers and the sellers right now? Who's bullying who? I feel like now the sellers are slowly taking control. And as you can see already on the day, on the weekly, gold has one wave, right? Higher high, higher low. And after that, price is looking like it doesn't have momentum to go to the upside anymore. Can you see that? Let's go down to the daily. Because overall, on the weekly and the daily, as you can see, this is a range, guys, right? This is a range. Well, it's a range full of price action as well. Only came to the support ones. You understand? See? So now, obviously, what we're expecting is for price to complete the range and come to the downside again, or the support, right? This is what we have. I'm not gonna start by doing the trend line. I'm just gonna start by just trying to get the psychological zones of the market right now. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I know I've been previously I always had my trend lines in the early stages of our analysis, but I've learned to just have trend lines as a confluence, not a rule. Have it as a confluence, have the trend line as a guide. Um have it as a guide, other than like having it as a rather than having it as a basis for my trades, because man, the trend line is just a trend line, but it gets violated so easily, you know. So higher high, higher low, printed on our daily chart for all of our gold. And to our left hand side, well, if this is our higher, let's print out a line for our higher high. Make it solid. Let's make it solid. This is our higher high, and price is playing around our higher high, our previous higher high right now, right? Price is playing around our previous higher high, and it's consolidating right there. Price is consolidating around our higher high. This is what we have, right? Not forgetting the double top that got printed right here. We had our double top, a young consolidation, and a double top is a pretty strong signal for buyers. Sorry, for sellers. It's a pretty strong signal for the bears to come into the market. So this consolidation is most likely gonna break to the downside. That's just me though. This is only the daily. Let's break it down. Let's go down to the lower time frames and see what's going on. Man, gold is looking so clean, bro. Gold is looking so clean. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you guys. Gold is looking hella clean, and we can all see what price is doing, right? Now I'm gonna put on now I'm gonna put on my trend line just for the guide and see like what's the feel, what's the word, what's the word, who's in control. The bulls were violated. The bulls were violated because price didn't react to the trend line as it usually or as it previously did on the second touch, right? I want it to be very, very, very meticulous right here. Yeah, I'm gonna be using meticulous pretty frequently. That's a word that I learned recently, So we gotta be meticulous with our touches if we're gonna, decide who is in control. First touch, second touch, the third touch didn't hold. Unfortunately, the line was broken. Well, there was a touch and went to the upside. Well, the touch was clean. Sorry, no, let me not cap. That if you were a buyer and you were waiting on this line, you probably did make some money, right? Because this was clean. You even had a young double bottom, right? If your risk management was like, if you had a stop loss very tight, obviously you got taken out. But then as soon as this double bottom printed, you were supposed to go back inside, man. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie, right? So the third touch is valid, guys. Sorry for saying it's not valid, because it's valid in a sense that you could have made money if you waited for the third touch, right? Could have made money because it even printed out, it was a clean double bottom, you could have, you could have made money if you're not really scared of, taking that chance, right? But look at what happened after the third touch. The third touch didn't even go any further. The third touch didn't go any further. Look at what it did, right? I'm not gonna even, okay, let me do this so that we all understand what's going on. You all see the range, so we cannot ignore the range. Here's the range that we have on the thingy. Here's the range we have on the gold, yeah. Here's the range we have on the gold. It looks familiar, right? I know. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to tap in. You really need to log in, because I explained something like this previously, and it happened on gold too. This. Yeah. There's a video where I break it down. Go check it out. Go look for it. There's a video where I break it down. So, I mean, the same principles and the same fundamentals are going to apply with this current range here, right? A lot of price action happening, but there's no direction whatsoever. It's just like, consolidation, man. That's all it is. Consolidation, people getting taken out, people getting manipulated, buyers and sellers fighting, the typical consolidation, right? This is the typical consolidation right here. Now the resistance has shifted, right? The resistance has shifted from this point. Let me break it down, bro. Let me break this shit down, bro. I'm gonna have this as the resistance, right? So we have a resistance that is now at at the middle of the entire range, right? I mean, the range only held for 2 touches at most, right? The range only held here because that's the high that pushed price to the upside, to the downside, to this support. And then this is the low that pushed price to the resistance. So price really only held to this range only, now 2 touches each, or 1 touch for the support, really. And then after this move, price started printing out another resistance, which is now closer to the support, right? Which is now in the middle of the entire range that we were anticipating. And now this is what we have, right? We don't really have direction, but we have a lot of price action. And look at that. We cannot ignore the low that was made here, even though it was a manipulation, even though it was a break, a fake out of this, initial support. You can see that it was a fake out, right? It was a clear fake out of the previous support of the thingy, of the range. But we have this right now. And I'm really anticipating price to complete this range, at least, get the second touch of the support, because we've had one on the, we've only had one actually. We've only had one. So now I'm anticipating the second touch on the range. Anticipating a second touch on the range, but that's not gonna come easy. That's not gonna happen as easy as we'd like it to happen. As you can see here, we have some sort of a, right, the downtrend. let me just, this line is just to break, to to cancel out all the noise. I want us to focus here. Ignore what's happening on the left hand side. I'm just gonna make it read. Ignore it, right? Not totally ignore it, but you know what I mean. For what I'm about to break down right now, just ignore it a little bit. We're focusing on this range again, on this resistance and this support, right? That's what we're focusing on. What we see here is a downtrend that was broken as soon as price got to this support or this fake out of the previous support, right? Price got to this level, rejected lower prices and broke and invalidated the mini downtrend that was happening. Let me just label it real quick. Low high, make it read. So it's a downtrend, right? This lower high right here was invalidated, right? It was broken to the upside, and price even. No, let me make it a line. No, man, let me make it a line. Guys, I know this is gonna be a long video, but trust me, if you go to this point, you probably got some value. I know you did. I know you did. But as we know, bruh, as a trader, the most important thing is being able to execute. All the analysis, the markets are random. The analysis are just to, structure and, have an idea of what the market is doing according to certain principles and behavioral patterns of all the traders. That's what the charts are. It displays how traders really behave, when certain, when they're encountered with certain circumstances, So I'm not gonna lie, if you guys can hear the sound, it means, yeah, it's up. I just closed positions that I held on on gold because I see that the buy that I was expecting is not gonna happen, right? I was expecting a buy. I entered buys right here. I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna show you the thought process and the entries and everything. Just comment down below if you want to see that. I'm brave enough, I'm secure enough to say, look, I was wrong, and I'm gonna show you how I was wrong. I think I entered buy somewhere. I entered a buy here. Price rejected and came to the downside. I added more entries because I thought it was gonna retest that lower high and go up and now create, an uptrend. But then it doesn't look like it's doing that right now. As soon as this candle closed, I was supposed to realize that this is not what I was trading initially, But anyways, this is what the market is looking like. Price broke back inside the downtrend, it broke back inside the lower high area. So I think we can just call this, or we can just classify this movement above this line, not line, this lower high area, this entire zone. We can say this was a fake out. Are we allowed to say that? Are we allowed to say that this price action right here is a fake out? Because price is now under the lower high area, and it seems like it's gonna be like that until it gets to this support now, right? We just need to find a perfect entry to enter the cells. But wait, does this correspond with our dollar analysis? It does. If we expect price to go retest this level or that level up there, we pretty much expect the dollar to be bullish, right? And when the dollar is bullish, we know that the gold is doing the opposite, right? So on the 4-hour, this is how it's looking. Lower high was invalidated, but we're gonna say it was a fake out because price at the end of the day was respecting this resistance. This is a resistance. Sorry, this resistance is being respected several times. You understand? I understand what this resistance is doing. 1, 2. This one touch actually until this point. 3. This is how many times the price has really like, even with just like the rejections of these candles, this is how price is respecting this area right here, right? A lot of sellers are waiting here. So taking that into account, we can pretty much say this was a fake out, or it was just a price action that took place to go test this resistance before it actually goes down and continue being bearish, bearish talking in terms of this lower high now, so even though it was validated, I think it's still holding because this was a clear fake out, and price is still going to the downside. Let's go down to the 1 hour and see if we can get an entry of some sort. See if we can get an entry of some sort. Okay, this is how price is looking. But I know my chart is looking hella messy. Let me clean it up, guys. Let me clean it up for y'all. If you are locked in, bro, if you are like, if you reach this point of the video, bro, I know you got some value. If I'm talking shit, just comment down below that, bro. All that shit is trash, bro. I can take that. I will take that. Criticism is good. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say, bro, ain't no way you're gonna tell me I'm wrong. Every trader is familiar with failure. Every trader is familiar with being wrong. If you are not, you better learn. You better start familiarizing yourself with taking risks, being wrong, and and going still, keeping it going. Keeping it moving. So okay, this is what we have going on right now, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I see that sellers are in control. I see that sellers are in control right now. I see that sellers are in control right now. You might even see some sort of I might be reaching though. I might be reaching, which I know, and I might be reaching. I might be reaching. I'm probably reaching. Let me get rid of it. But yeah, man, this is what we have. Let me see what this line is. Oh, this is the high the greatest thing. Man, let's get rid of this thing. Or let's just keep it on the 4 hour. Let's just keep it on the 4 hour. We'll see it whenever we go on the 4 hour charts. Just for the 1 hour, this is what we have. We're trying to keep the chart as clear as possible. Let me remove this as well. We're trying to keep the chart as clear as possible. Price broke out the range. This little range right here. It broke out. This was a fake out to the upside. The buyers came in, took out immediately. Soon as this level was broken, this high was broken. Let me show you. I don't even know if we should call it a higher high. Yeah, we can call it a higher high. We can. We can, because it was broken to the upside. And we have our first wave. Right? Our first higher low, higher high. Price vibe to the upside and obviously got broken, and the higher low was also broken. So what we can see here is that the bearish movement is continuing to the downside. That's what I'm picking up. This major lower high, not really major, but this lower high was invalidated, but then the invalidation was reversed immediately. So that means you are still good to go to the downside. And when you look to your left-hand side, it's important to, try identify some key areas around the current price to see what's the potential move, right? To see what's the potential move. And right now, I'm just going to leave these lines right here. I'm just going to leave these lines right here and say, I mean, it would be perfect. Well, it would be ideal for price to go retest the higher low a little bit, even if it's a weak or it's a rejection candle. Go retest, and I would probably just calm down on some You understand? Or even reverse here, because remember what the dollar is what I'm expecting the dollar to do on the other side, right? So the move that I might be trading, honestly, on gold is if price does a little bit of a retest or some sort of a retest, and I'll have my target here because I don't know if the dollar is gonna remember the trend line. You can rewind, go check out the dollar analysis again. You know, we don't know if price on the dollar is gonna break the downtrend trend line and go to the upside, or it's gonna retest and start dropping again. If it retests and drops, um, I think this is pretty much the same distance or the same range that the dollar might move. I don't know. We might have to see, but this is what I might be trading. You know, price might not even retest. It might just drop from here, but it would be perfect if I get a retest because that would be a low. You know, that would be a low. That would be a low risk entry. Let me show you guys. That would be a low risk entry. You know, have my entry somewhere here. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I miss the trade, I miss the trade. I know there's gonna be another opportunity to enter the drop if the drop is really valid, right? So yeah, this is what I see on gold, guys. Let me know in the comment section what you guys see. And I really appreciate you guys. If you stuck until this point of the video, it really means that you're enjoying the video and you're getting some sort of knowledge out of my content. So please, if you do, please subscribe, please like, please comment. Tell me where I am getting this thing wrong. Tell me any improvements that I can put into maybe creating my videos or anything, like anything that you would like to tell me. The comment section is gonna be our medium of communication for real, right? So yeah, this is what I have for you guys. I appreciate you guys for making it till this point, and yeah, hopefully we get to chop up the markets this week, and actually make some profits. Apply proper risk management, guys. Apply proper risk management, and always, guys, always, I'm gonna start preaching this. Always leave room for manipulation. If the most ideal entry you could ever get as price reaches there, just look at that area. Don't enter as yet, right? And look at that area as somebody who's like is totally against your entry, or someone as somebody who's totally trying to, manipulate you or trick you, right? And take you out before you are, your bias is validated. Look at the market and look at the chart from that perspective, and actually think, okay, if I was somebody who's against this entry and trying to take this entry out, where would I enter? And then if that's still the entry, if your entry is like, okay, nobody's gonna try and take me out here and whatever, 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 nobody's gonna manipulate me at this price, and then you're good and still set your stop loss. No matter how you think you've overcome the manipulation, put on your stop loss. You can never be too sure with the market. Always take a step back when an entry seems to be too good to be true. Take a step back and look at the market as somebody who's not supporting that entry, somebody who might try to sabotage you, and then only enter at that point, right? I don't know if I'm making sense to you. Comment down below, because that might be the biggest value or the biggest gain you ever got from this video. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You understand? So always make room for such disappointment, or for such, for such actions that might happen in the market, and you'll be good. You'll be good. So yeah, appreciate you guys for tuning in. I love you guys. I don't even know who's watching. I don't know how many people are gonna be watching this. I might be talking to myself right now, but I don't care. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep dropping this content. And yeah, if you're watching this until this point, love you. Hope you really get to chop it up in the market. I wish you all the best in the market. Always follow your rules, follow your trading plan. That's how you're gonna get to the next level with this shit. Appreciate y'all.